Okay, there's a lot of good stuff in what you said because I know in past interviews you've said you see Bitcoin becoming the global reserve currency of the world. So despite authorities seeing or afraid of Bitcoin right now, you're saying the revolution or is just too strong to stop it.
I don't know necessarily if it's even a revolution, right? I think some people like to position it that way, but the way that I look at this is every economy has a local currency. So if you think of the US economy, we have a US currency, and you go around the world, that's true, whether it's China, Europe, etc. Is every economy has a native currency. Well, the digital economy is not tied to a geographic location, but the digital economy is a new economy, and that does not have a native currency. Now it does. Bitcoin is the native currency of the digital economy. And so what ends up happening is that the purveyors of the analog economies, the central banks, the regulators, all of those folks, they will have full control, as they do, over the regulation, the laws, and the currency in the analog world. So they still have, if you are a business and you are domiciled in the United States, you still have to get your money transmitter license, your broker dealer license. You still have to abide by the CFTC, the SEC, the OCC, etc. You still have to play by all the same rules because you are a business that is domiciled inside of the analog geographic boundaries of the United States. But what happens when all of a sudden there are things that are created in the digital economy that have no ownership? How do you regulate a decentralized protocol? You can't. There is no framework. There is no entity that owns it. There's no individual that owns it. It is fully decentralized. And so what we are going through is a paradigm shift where the analog organizations and individuals still have control in the analog and geographic world. But what we are about to see is this rise of the digital economy. It now has a native digital currency, which is Bitcoin. And on top of that, where we are going to get kind of rules and regulation is going to be, there's going to be rules and regulations on the analog companies, the centralized organizations that deal in this stuff, but the decentralized protocols or organizations are going to live through code. And so I think that that's just a paradigm shift that people are going to have to get comfortable with. And it's similar to, go back when the internet kind of had the rise in e-commerce. We used to have sales tax, and it was really clear where people got taxed because you literally walked into a physical store and you transacted in the store. Well, now when I buy something on the internet, where's the sales tax paid? Or is there no sales tax? How do you deal with that, right? There had to be an evolution of the rules. And so I think that's what we're going through here. And I think of it less as a threat. I think of it more as an evolution. And I actually think that central bankers will eventually kind of get themselves educated. So will regulators, and they will evolve their rules and regulations to address this new world. And so it'll be a net positive for production in the world. It'll be a net positive for the individual. Anyone in the world with an internet connection can now participate in the global financial system. And I also think that regulators will eventually figure out how to do this in a way that satisfies them, but also